Hello everyone, Linda Israel here. In my other video of sewing on a junk journal page, I shared with you this page that I sewed. I didn't show you it finished with the embellishment that I decided to put on there. I glued these on with some Aleene's Tacky Glue. It was something I found in the Christmas aisle, I think at Hobby Lobby a year, maybe even 2 years ago. And then my brother gave me a stash of old papers, and then this is one of those envelopes that you're supposed to put money or a gift certificate inside. And I thought that would be pretty in there. And on the inside, I added a stamped image that I hand colored with some chameleon markers, and I cut it with my brother's Scan and Cut. So today I thought I would share with you how to add lace to a journal page. I like to work on my pages outside of a finished journal, so I will work on these pages. I did things like added stenciling, and I added some stamping, and I'll do that on all my pages, and then I will go in and sew the lace. Now let me show you my sewing machine and how I do this. We're looking at my old sewing machine, and I have it set on a zigzag stitch. And with my machine, you want to do one needle and you can do a zigzag stitch, or you can put 2 needles in, but I just have the 1 needle in my machine. I've got it set on a smaller stitch length and then regular tension using some red thread. It's just a simple red thread, and I've got it all set up with my bobbin thread is a white or off-white. It's just whatever was left over because I have a lot of thread in my stash. What I have here is a page from the Calico Collage Golden Christmas digital journal kit. I just love the images on here, and as I showed a moment ago, I have done some stenciling with some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. I've used some rubber stamps on here, and now I feel that I have this ready for the sewing portion. I've got some green lace here that I've had in my stash for a little while, and here is what I like to do is I like to go in here onto my page and sew it down the sides one at a time. Now I'll just leave the length of lace that I'm going to use for my project together so I don't have to cut it apart until the end. And I don't glue it in place. What I'll do is I will just line it up and put my presser foot down on top of the lace and the paper. So I'll try to zoom in there so you can see that. So here it is on top of the lace and the paper. And I'm just going to use my sewing machine presser foot or the power foot and sew. When I reach the end, I'll just pick up my next sheet of paper that I want to sew upon, and I will place that under the lace and line it up under my sewing machine foot and just continue sewing. That way I don't have to stop and cut the lace or remove the paper until after I've gone past that point. And it also saves on lace and thread by continuing to sew. When my paper starts to bunch up at the back of my machine, I'll just reach around and grab it and take my scissors and cut it free. I know you couldn't see that, but I just cut that loose. I have one side sewn on, the other side is still without lace, and I'll just cut that free and I will stick it under here and go ahead and sew down the other side. Once I reach the end of my sewing, I will raise my presser foot and gently pull the lace and paper, and then I will trim even with the edge of the paper. I've just finished sewing on this, so I'm just going to take my scissors and trim off this excess lace in between the 2 pieces. And there is my finished page. There's 3 of them that I made with this green lace. with the Calico Collage digital images. I just love the way that looks. And then here's another set that I made using red lace. And then the sewing on the back side, you can see the white thread. Here it is with the green. So what I'll do is I'll end up making a bunch of these pages up, like this one here. And this will go inside, and maybe this will go on the outside among other papers. And then you'll just have this really pretty lacy edge that when you flip through the journals, you'll see them. I hope that gives you some ideas of sewing on paper, adding lace to a journal page, and that you'll give it a try. Again, I shared in my other video, sewing on paper does not hurt my sewing machine. I just make sure to maintain it just like I would if I had been sewing on fabric. I just clean it every so often of lint and dust and try to keep it clean so that it will work. And then also make sure that it's well oiled. If you don't know how to do that, check your service manual for your machine or take it to a service shop. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching. If you did, like this video. Comment below what you're working on at the moment. Share it with your friends so others can see this and possibly learn as well. And if you haven't already, check out the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group where I do live demos within the group, and you can come and chat and hang out with me and lots of other people who love junk journals. Thanks again for watching. Have a fabulous day. Aspire to be amazing, everyone. Bye.